Pain is something we've all experienced. I want you to think of the worst pain that you have ever felt, and imagine living with that pain every single day. This is the reality for people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I know this because I was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome 4 years ago and have lived with the pain and other effects since then. Today I'm going to tell you what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is and the effects it can have on the body. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is divided into 13 different subtypes, as you can see here. These subtypes are classical EDS, classical-like EDS, cardiac vascular EDS, vascular EDS, hypermobile EDS, orthochalasia EDS, dermatospraxis EDS, kyphoscoliotic EDS, brittle cornea syndrome, spondyloplastic EDS, musculocontractile EDS, myopathic EDS, and periodontal EDS. The Ehlers-Danlos Society states that the Ehlers-Danlos syndromes are a group of connective tissue disorders that can be inherited, and are varied both in how they affect the body and their genetic causes. They are generally characterized by joint hypermobility, which are joints that can be stretched further than normal, skin hyperextensibility, which is skin that can be stretched further than normal, and tissue fragility. EDS is diagnosed by a geneticist with a clinical diagnosis. The only type of EDS you can do a test for is a blood test for vascular EDS. This is because the people with vascular EDS are missing a protein in their blood. The most common type of EDS is hypermobile EDS. This is the type that I have. The rarest type of EDS is vascular EDS. EDS is a spectrum, meaning that there are different levels of severity for each, even among the same type of EDS. Joint dislocations are the main cause of pain and also lead to issues with chronic pain. Joint dislocations occur because the ligaments surrounding each joint are too loose and stretchy, causing the joint to have excess room to move and dislocate. Permanent dislocations can also occur. These are when the muscles either hold the joint out of place or the muscles and ligaments become too loose and weak to hold the joint in place. Braces can help hold the joints in socket and reduce dislocations, but there's no way to permanently stop each joint from dislocating. Skin fragility also occurs with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. The skin of someone with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is easily cut or torn. These cuts take longer to heal than someone who does not have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. These open wounds lead to a higher infection rate. The skin of people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome has been described as soft and velvety by the National Organization of Rare Diseases. Because their skin is loose and velvety, it leads to abnormal scarring. These scars are more noticeable and take longer to heal. In conclusion, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is divided into 13 different subtypes. EDS is diagnosed by a geneticist with a clinical diagnosis. The most common type is hypermobile EDS, and the rarest type is vascular EDS. Vascular EDS is also the most serious and life-threatening. EDS is a spectrum, meaning that there are varying levels of severity even among the same types of EDS. Joint dislocations are the main cause of pain for people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and these dislocations lead to issues with chronic pain. Skin fragility leaves people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome more open to infections, and these wounds take longer to heal. There is currently no cure for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, though research is still ongoing. I am hopeful that there will soon be a cure for this condition.